Testing 1, 2, yes. Get better? Now people can hear poetry even if they're outside. So this is a poem called Geek, because I am the sort of person who will try and think of an acronym for what the word geek might mean, because I'm a geek. G-E-E-K. G-E-E-K. I'm a gratuitous enthusiast for esoteric knowledge, and I know the kind of thing that no one ever learns in college. I'm a treasure trove of staggeringly useless information, and my lack of self-awareness can destroy a conversation. G-E-E-K. G-E-E-K. I make jokes about neutrinos. I don't care if you don't get it. Hey, a neutrino and a light particle both walk into a bar, and the neutrino says, "Why is it so dark in here?" Oh, wow, people actually laughed. That's the first time that's happened. And my loneliness can really get me down, but I won't let it. Meeting people makes me nervous. Small talk scares me, I confess, but my knowledge of the periodic table must impress. Yes, my knowledge of the periodic table must impress. There's antimony, arsenic, aluminum, selenium, and hydrogen and oxygen. G-E-E-K, G-E-E-K. But I've learnt another fact. I cannot wait to spill the beans, because I think of education as the end and not the means. Oh, have you ever heard that howler monkeys, the louder they're... Sorry. I think of the education as the end but not the means, but somehow I never understand why others do not care, why you never get excited by the trivia I share. I'm a demon at a pub quiz. For each answer I'll contest. I'm already banned from Harvard for thinking I know best. But my scores are not the highest, for my knowledge is arcane. I don't care who won the tennis or the capital of Spain. G-E-E-K. Though I sometimes get discouraged, I won't stop till I succeed in convincing you that trivia is all you'll ever need. Never bored, but always thinking, well, except before I speak. I've no need for social graces, I've got knowledge, I'm a geek. Thank you. Sorry, I just done a kind of really fast walk, because I was going to be late, so I'm slightly... Again, quite an awkward person. This is another poem about that. I can't stop thinking about Amanda. I haven't seen her since 1995. I don't even know if she's still alive, but I can't stop thinking about her. Icy pale, baby blue eyes, and perfectly sculpted spiral perm hair, and a school uniform that looked like a school uniform you'd wear to a school disco-themed club night. Not an actual school disco, or an actual school, unless it was North Yorkshire in 1993 and you were the nearest thing for miles to cool. And I can feel her, giving me the once-over, the up and down appraisal. Of my wrong length hair, my wrong length skirt, my wrong height shoes, and my wrong size boobs, and the wrong expression on my face, and I brace for the judgment, and she says, "You're gormy." And inside my head I'm thinking, well actually she's kind of right, because she probably means gormless, and that would mean there's nothing going on behind my eyes, actually there's too much going on behind my eyes, how does her hair stay in that exact position every day? If you turned her upside down, would she still be trapped in stasis in that spray? Why is it cool that she's good at golf? But if I was good at golf, and I'm not good at golf, I'm terrible at golf, but if I was good at golf, everyone would say that being good at golf was pathetic, and how much time and how much money does she spend every day on cosmetics? And none of this can come out. And none of it can be said, because even if the words didn't trip over my tongue as they came out like that, if I talk back to Amanda or Joanne or Chantel or any of them, I'd be dead. And I realise my face is doing it again. Love that the photo's happening now. Deer in headlights, dazed and confused. I look gormy. And so, if you see me in the street or in the pub or anywhere, and you see something nice or something funny or something friendly, and I just stand and stare, and you start to wonder if I like you or recognise you or have even realised that you're there, it's because 7 different potential replies that might be inappropriate are being filtered out, and then a tangent has to be followed, and then I'm managing my self-doubt, and then I'm realising I've left the silence too long, and then I'm taking stock of my whole life and wondering where I went wrong, and then I'm not here at all. I'm in a technology lesson in North Yorkshire in 1993. Just Amanda and me. And she says, "You're gormy." Thank you. And the thing about those 2 poems is that it's amazing foresight. I wrote those 5 years before the autism diagnosis came through. And then it was like, oh right, that makes sense, thank you. So this is a poem post-autistic diagnosis. because I'm here representing the autists and Aspies and neuroatypicals, people who find interaction so difficult, try to blend in but we can't with the crowd, we're either too quiet or suddenly loud at the wrong time, but sometimes we want to fit in what we wouldn't give to feel kinship with actual kin, but the din of the crowd that we try to fade into is too much, it's too loud, it's too overwhelming, and all the well-meaning advice isn't helping, we suddenly snap. Oh. And now it's gone silent. Your noise is just background, but our noise is violent. When we get on your nerves, it's because we're a letdown. When you get on ours, we're just having a meltdown. We need to learn strategies, learn how to cope with the way that you are when you won't even meet us halfway. How about nope? Because I'm not a piece of a jigsaw for you to just solve, and if you saw what we saw, you wouldn't be trying to take it away with a fix or a cure or a vaccine to blame, because we can find beauty in numbers and trains, and the infinite pattern of pattering rain, and the way that the light hits the links in the chain, and historical plans of how Romans made trains, but you say we don't see the world as it's meant to be. Everything's wrong, and you say we've no empathy. Mate, we've so much that it's causing us pain when we feel all the tension around us flood into our brains, and there's nothing to do but lock in on the numbers and patterns and theories and trains, till it all ebbs away. And there's something like peace, but we can't stay that way, at least not when you're there to make us aware we're unnatural, unwanted, unhealthy, unfair. You need to police our responses, but don't seem to care about what's underneath the blank stare. This world is so sharp that it cuts us, but we came prepared. There's places we know we can go when we're scared, and we know that it hurts you to know you can't follow us there. And I know that you think when I gaze into space that for you it's a source of disgrace. When you can't see emotions you think I should feel on my face. I know when I look at you blankly it causes alarm, because this isn't my soul you can see on my face. It's my armour. Thank you. Next one's slightly different. Since Diversity Fest I thought I'd try and cover all the minorities that I'm part of, so this is a poem about gender and transgender and non-binary gender and things like that. And it's quite long and I'll try not to forget any of it. Here's a story. She was born in the dictatorship of men. The doctor clapped a manly hand on her perspiring father's manly shoulder and announced what seemed obvious to every person in the room but her: it's a boy. As she grew, she knew she didn't belong, felt like the butt of a joke, longed for the sugar and spice they said would be wrong, but choked on what they gave her. They said it was nice, so she tried to be braver. All the others crunched the shells and sucked the slime with glee, not she. She looked out at the desert land, scorching, endless, solitary, dead. We don't go there, the men around her said, but beyond it she knew was home, the country of women. Misplaced in this place, she knew in her heart what was true and what she needed to do, but when she asked the way across the desert, the men swore nobody knew. When she asked for paths, they gave her fences. When she asked for maps, they made pretenses of regret and wouldn't let her read them, said she'd never need them. When she asked for water, they handed her bottles of brine, told her she was better off towing the line, which would have been fine, she thought, if she'd ever been on the right side of it. So she made a run for it. In spite of all the warnings, she tried to cross the desert. Although many others had died trying, she tried, crying, limbs aching, skin peeling, eyes stinging, mind reeling, mouth parched, choking on sand. And against the odds of the hand she'd been dealt, she almost made it. But the country of women had borders, armed guards who barked out orders, go back where you came from. And all of the shame for the life of knowing she wasn't the same, from thinking that she was to blame, turned deep in her womanly heart into rage, and she stormed the barricade. At last unafraid, even death in the country of women was better than being turned back. Well, maybe she made it. Perhaps she survived the attack, but that's another story. He was born in the country of women. The midwife threw a womanly arm around his glowing mother's womanly shoulder, and everyone cheered at what seemed clear to every person in the room but him. It's a girl. As he grew, he knew he couldn't stay. He couldn't meet expectations, so he hid in the garden to play, but they always made him wash away the camouflage dirt and prized the slimy prizes from his fingers. Wouldn't let him linger, but dragged him to the kitchen to choke on something sickly sweet they told him was a treat. He tried to eat. All the others licked and sucked the sticky stuff with glee, not he. He looked out at the desert land. Desolate wasteland, burning, blinding, dead. We never venture there, the women said. But beyond it he heard it call, the dictatorship of men. Displaced from that place, he knew in his heart what was true, what he needed to do, but when he said that he could cross the desert, they told him that's simply not true. When he asked for boots, they gave him shackles. The way he insisted there must be a way raised hackles, he wouldn't believe them. Asked for a passport, they said he'd never need one. When he asked for oranges, they handed him nothing but rind, told him he was better off here with his own kind, which would have been fine, he thought. if you'd ever been there. He was sick of their stares, so he fled. In spite of everything they said, he tried to cross the desert. Although he knew many others had failed, fallen, he trailed, calling, eyes stinging, chest tightened, tired, all alone, frightened, mouth parched, choking on sound, and against the odds of the hand he'd been dealt. He might have made it, but the dictatorship of men had a wall, razor wire and mines, battlements and lines of snipers ready to take aim. He heard them call, go back where you came from. And all of the shame from the life of knowing he wasn't the same, from thinking that he was to blame, turned deep in his manly soul into gall, and he tried to climb the wall. In no doubt at all, even death in the dictatorship of men was better than being turned back. Well, maybe he made it. Perhaps he survived the attack, but that's another story. We were born, one way or another, with minimal fuss, but sure there was always another place waiting for us. Where doctors and midwives slapped labels on our bare bottoms that seemed obvious to everyone but us, they didn't always stick. As we grew, we knew we had a long way to go. Well, we sampled the sugar and spice, tasted plates of escargot, and thought they were nice but unsatisfying. Unable to make up our minds, always trying to find something better to eat or a way out of town, because you offered us bullets or borders and wondered why we turned them both down. Because though others fear the burning heat, the blinding dust, not us. We looked out at the desert land. Desolate white waste. No. We looked out at the desert land. Its timeless, boundless beauty, but it's dead. We don't go there, the men and women said. They tried to stop us leaving, warned us with stories of doomed travellers. Nobody seemed to be grieving, never believing that we didn't want to get across to the only other country they had known. They tried to tie us, tried to deny us, lied inside and wouldn't do right by us, but still, the desert called us home. Embraced by this place, we knew in our heart what was true, what we needed to do. So when he asked the way across the desert, when she insisted there must be a way across the desert, we were already there. We cannot always make the heat and hunger easier for them to bear, but we are here, and we can share oases, hidden wells, the succulence of cactus fruit, the way to lace your desert boots, the way to climb the desert dunes, the beauty of the desert moon, point out the route by which we came. If that's where a traveller is going, I'm not pretending we're somehow all-knowing, that we couldn't do more, but still, here we are, and we won't be ignored, and our numbers are growing. But then, those lonely sands were never really empty, never dead. Come visit, if you like. Come out this way and dare to tread the burning sands you learnt to dread on. If you're on your journey home, then stop and rest your weary head. Be fed sweet cactus fruit by desert dwellers. And then continue on your route, unless, of course, you find you like it better here instead. Thank you. I've got a slightly bruised rib and breathing slightly harder than it usually is, so I suddenly was like, oh, I have no oxygen in the middle of that, but thank you.
There's free water there, helps out a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you. Very good. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, there's a fact about howler monkeys that really pleases me. You know when there's a story on Facebook and it's really scientific, and you can tell it's really scientific because they put study finds at the end of the headline, and that's how you know. There was one a few years ago, and it was the louder the howler monkey's voice, the smaller its testicles, study finds. That really pleased me, so I wrote a poem about it. And this is an audience participation poem, so I'm going to need some help. You'll see what you need to do. Some scientists studying primates in heat have made a connection I find rather neat. When each amorous male to his howler girl calls, the louder the monkey, the smaller the balls. At first they all thought the reverse would be true, that the big bark monkeys had big voices too, but that theory, when put to the test, well, it falls. The louder the monkey, you got it. Why does nature create them, these sexual fakes? Do the females know no, loudmouths don't have what it takes? For if not, the poor girls, this deception appalls. The louder the monkey, the smaller the balls. Now, to anthropomorphise this tale would be wrong, and that certainly isn't the point of my song. There's no human equivalent, this phrase recalls. The louder the monkey, the smaller the balls. But we're not far apart on that family tree, and that strange correlation's familiar to me when some simian specimen bellows and brawls. The louder the monkey, the smaller the balls. Now my song's at an end, all the facts I have stated, and I thank all of you who have participated. So let's listen. Who here has the loudest of calls? The louder the monkey? The smaller the balls. Always a very interesting one, that, to see whether people shout or not at the end. Call it a social experiment. I've got one more that I actually wrote this morning. I know it's a really easy laugh to write a I Hate the Tories poem and do it at an event like this. So I've not done that. It was not fair to laugh when Theresa May coughed, because she choked on her words and embarrassed herself, because after all, it's not nice to be ill. The compassionate thing is to hope she gets well. It's not clever or brave, though you wish she would leave, to interrupt her with a P45. And if maybe the F in a sign tumbles off, it's nobody's fault and there's no need to scoff. Let's be nice, let's be generous, let's not take the piss, because the reason that I hate the Tories is this. If you're too sick to work, they won't laugh as you choke. You'll be bullied and starved, and I don't see the joke. You become unemployed, it's tough luck, I'm afraid. It's no light-hearted prank with no benefits paid. And when everything starts to fall slowly apart, you can't look to Therese to show you some heart. Let's be nice, let's be generous. Don't heckle or shout, don't laugh at the Tories, just kick them all out. Really easy way to get a cheer. Thank you very much. Oh, I've got books. Autistic sales pitch time. I've got books. You can buy one if you like. They're £6. They're about autism. Yay.